What's up guys, Noah Arquezi here, back again with episode 4 of my college football redesign series where I redesign every college football team's jerseys. In this episode we have another 10 teams, including the 3 military academies that have been requested in previous episodes. Let me know in the comments which redesign is your favorite, and let me know what other teams I should do in the next few episodes. If you enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like and also subscribe to my channel for more redesigns and jersey related videos and things like that. All my designs are made in Photoshop using mock-up templates from my own personal website, templatefc.com, so feel free to check that out, buy your own mock-ups and design your own jerseys. Also, all these jerseys so far from this project, the college football redesign project, are on a Behance project, so you can look at all the jerseys we've done so far and all the jerseys that will come later. So you can save that page, check it out whenever to see the updates and all the teams. But let's go ahead and get started. Appalachian State out of the Sun Belt Conference have a pretty good look and a lot of combos. However, I'm not the biggest fan of the black sleeved white jersey, and I don't like the logo being on their helmet and sleeves. Something that I try to never do in my designs because of the repetitiveness. If you look at the uniform from the side, you see the logo twice. I think you should use an alternate logo on the sleeves or none at all. Their black logo on the black helmet is a lot of black, so I decided to add a yellow stripe there to add some more color to it, and then I use that stripe on the pants as well. Just a simple solid stripe. The Mountaineers alternate logo features these mountains that I decided would replace the sleeve stripes for a very unique and bold look. The away uniform switches the black for white and you get this clean look for the road. With the yellow stripes and mountains, it's a more muted look because the yellow on white doesn't pop as much, and I love the contrast between the white and the black uniforms. Between these two color combos alone, you could mix and match a lot and get a bunch of different combos, so here's another away look that they could rock. The alternate swaps out the black top for a yellow one and still uses the black sleeves and collar for a brighter home combination. This feature will feature some night game specific uniforms, the first of which is this blacked out home alternate. I really like the blacked out numbers and sleeves as it gives the uniform a more intimidating look and fit especially well for night games. Finally, we have the classic look with the yellow helmet and 2-stripe striping throughout, a more traditional look for the Mountaineers. South Carolina have really instilled a good look in recent years and have a plethora of combinations to work with, which I love. I think they should always use the bolder 2-colored sleeve stripes instead of the thin 3 that they sometimes use. For my design, I altered the 2-color sleeve stripe with a geometric pattern to make it a little more interesting. From a distance, it wouldn't look much different, but up close, it would look very detailed and cool and just something different. I made the helmet stripe just the 2 colors without the spacing in between, so the uniform felt a little more consistent as the other stripes don't feature any spacing either. I also really like the Gamecocks alternate logo, so I applied it to the sleeves where I felt the geometric striping might be a little too dominant. Their main home combo would be the all red with the white helmet, but then there are plenty of options for the road in other home games. The all black can be mixed and matched, as well as the gray, so there's a lot of possible color combos here. The only alternate is an all black night game alternate with the Gamecock alone on the helmet, garnet numbers and text, and gray stripes. You can swap the top out on this one as well to get a different alternate look for the road games. I like Nebraska's uniforms, but I don't like how similar they are to fellow Big Ten West team Wisconsin. So I want to have them stand apart a little more, and I'll cover the Badgers in a future video, but for the Cornhuskers, I added these slanted lines throughout the 2 stripes on the sleeves to break them up a bit and give them some interest. The pants and helmet feature 1 solid stripe, and that's consistent throughout. It annoys me when they wear the pants with the 2 stripes, but the helmet has 1 stripe and they're both white. I don't know why, but that just bothers me. The body of the jersey top includes a texture of lines that is pretty subtle but also interesting, since Adidas does a lot of textured jerseys for their teams. The away combo is the white on red, which is actually one of my favorite looks in college football. One thing that I thought was funny while designing these uniforms is that it felt like I was designing a uniform for Netflix because of the similarities between both ends, the Nebraska end that they use on their helmet and the Netflix end. And obviously they're both red, so I just couldn't unsee Netflix when I was designing these. I went for a more classic alternate uniform with a heartier red and numbers on the helmet. The logo gets bumped down to the sleeves and the striping moved to the undershirt, which is something I haven't really done in any of these videos yet. The black alternate is one of my favorites because I really like this white on black on red look. The helmet, top, and pants all use those 3 colors, and I just really like the balance of them throughout. Finally, we have what I would call the icy whites. This all-white uniform incorporates silver more, and the texture runs throughout the pants as well, and the texture stands out a little bit more. There's also a little nod to the first ever Nebraska jersey with the capital N in the center of the chest behind the number. Stanford has a very simple look similar to a Penn State or Alabama, and I didn't really want to go crazy with it or alter it too much, so I kept it pretty simple with my changes. For the home and away, I added subtle redwood trees to the sleeves as the main design feature, because obviously they don't have an official mascot. They're called the Cardinals, but their mascot is like a tree, and it's based on a redwood tree of the area. So I thought it would be cool to add a little bit of a tree pattern to the sleeves, but not have it stand out too much because their jerseys are pretty simple and I wanted to keep that intact. The home helmet features a red face mask while the all white features a white one. And you could mix and match that too with like red pants and a red face mask for another away look. The first alternate is an all black set with the same stylistic elements as the home and away. The other alternate is an all red with a black helmet and features black accents throughout. The trees on this one stand out a lot more as they're black on red, and the cardinal red is a little bit darker just to contrast a little bit with their normal home. Oklahoma State's one of my favorite teams in college football because they have so many jersey combinations, and they also rock my favorite color, orange. My home and away jersey for them uses the Cowboy Star alternate logo on the helmet because I think that logo is wonderful and looks much better on the helmet than their primary logo. The striping throughout this uniform uses 5 separate stripes. In this case, for the home jersey, we have 3 silver and 2 orange. The accents on this might look white, but they are silver and a bit metallic. The away is all white, but the silver still remains in the striping a little bit. I also included both of these uniforms with alternate helmets with the primary logo and stripes, because I'm not the biggest fan of their primary logo on the helmet, but with the stripes, I think it really enhances it. So you have 2 different helmet options to go with there. We have a lot of alternates for this one, so we'll start with the classic throwback, including the old logo on the helmet and the old striping. The orange and white combo is super clean, and this is basically the same as their current alternate. Then we have the alternate all black that features the cowboy logo on the helmet, which is the logo they've been using a lot more recently. I also put this on the sleeves and enlarged it because I thought its shape is stylistically interesting to put there. I'm not too pleased with how this jersey came out, but I included it anyway because I made it. Next we have an all orange look with silver and black accents. And finally we have an all gray or silver, which includes a chromed out helmet. And all these uniforms allow us to have a bunch of combos, and I could have mixed and matched these all day, so here are a few of them. I couldn't pick out a favorite, so let me know which one's your favorite and which one you would have liked to see included. My Virginia Tech uniforms are probably going to be the least liked in this video for a lot of you. They're definitely the most out there uniforms, but I tried something different, and I always want to try to do this for at least one team each episode, so we'll see what you think, but I'll definitely get you on the classic uniforms here anyway. But this jersey features a pattern throughout that I made up while designing a soccer jersey, and the striping is on the shoulder pads, and the striping is very unique with the breaks and the dots, adding a lot of interest, but it is a very busy uniform in general. I wanted to add more orange to this uniform, but it never looked right to me when I added more, so I think I found like the happy medium there with the orange, at least for this design. The away uniform features the same pattern, but really only on the sleeves. The alternate all maroon features the pattern again, but the sleeves stand out a lot more with the orange and white. The striping on the shoulders is just maroon to kind of blend in, and the numbers are on top of that. We then have a similar version of this jersey with the orange top, which is also very interesting, but I'm not the biggest fan of VTech having an orange jersey personally, but I thought I would include one anyway. Finally, we have the all-white alternate, which brings in a lot of silver. The color is limited here, but it only includes maroon on the right side and the burnt orange on the left. And if you hated these uniforms, I'm sorry, but good news, here are the classic uniforms with the classic look that Virginia Tech has had. The traditional striping and the white face mask look super classy and clean in my opinion. And then the all-white away version also looks very classy and sleek and nice. So these 2 uniforms, I think most people definitely will like. Hopefully you guys enjoyed me trying something different for the other ones. Army always has good uniforms. Even their regular home and away uniforms are pretty good. I think I did actually improve upon this look though with the inclusion of the sleeve stripes and the added stars. It still really feels like an Army uniform, but it stands out just that little bit more. And we have a few combos here too because I really like this look. We have like an all black, the away white on black, the all white with gold numbers and the white on gold. Throw in an all army gray and you have a lot of great combinations here that they could interchange and mix and match. However, these academies are known for their alternates, so let's go and have some fun with these. This all green is super clean and awesome looking in my opinion. It's my version of an alternate uniform Army had inspired by a tanker unit, I believe. I believe it was based on like a tank color scheme, at least I know that. But it's a uniform only Army could pull off, and I love the uniqueness of it for Army. It just, like you see it obviously as an Army uniform, which I love. Then we have the uniform that would be worn in my hypothetical Army-Navy game, and that's my big red one alternate. Army wore an all-black version of this uniform before, and I decided to make an all-white version of it because it's my favorite Army uniform of all time. They've had a lot of good ones, but personally this one stood out to me and I really liked it. So I thought it'd be really cool to redo it, but in an all-white version. For Navy, the main design feature I created were the lines on the sleeves. Navy used these thin lines in their uniform, and I decided to take those and make them wavy, like an ocean wave. The away uniform would also feature this with the Navy sleeves. I could do more combos between these two, but we got a lot more alternate uniforms here, so we'll just get into that. All of these alternate uniforms are remakes of uniforms Navy has already worn in the past, but I kind of put my own flavor, my own sauce on them. The first is this blue and yellow two-stripe uniform, which is their most common alternate. And this is pretty traditional with the two stripes, but I just added some flavor with some like ocean designs in the blue throughout the uniform. And those wavy designs from the sleeves are now on the collar. The helmet features a small gradient that isn't too aggressive, but is still unique and interesting. The next uni is the Marine inspired set, which I believe they just wore against Air Force, if I'm not mistaken. But this uniform brings in some red and some lighter blue, and the color combo and balance here I find super interesting. The alternate white uniform is a remake of my favorite Navy uniform of all time, with these gold accents and like the ocean designed shoulders and helmets. And I think the combo of that dark navy and that gold just looks so good, and then having the rest of the uniform white, it's just a beautiful color combo and balance of colors and design. Finally, the Navy Army game uniform is inspired by a lot of different Navy uniforms, but its colors are mainly inspired by the Blue Angels. The royal blue and yellow are super nice, but I opted to mainly use the light blue like the sky. This idea was inspired by Navy's Blue Angel helmet because I thought it looked a lot better than the rest of the uniform, so I wanted to use the light blue more. The slight gradients on the sleeves and pants are to resemble a sky and water transition, since they're very similar to each other and tie in both with the water and air aspects of the jerseys with the Blue Angels and obviously Navy. And transitioning from a darker blue to lighter blue is super simple, but it connects both the sky and the air, which I think is cool, even though it's really not that deep. I think my Air Force uniforms are actually better than my Army and Navy uniforms, and I actually really enjoyed making these. The home uniform for the Falcons is all blue with silver accents and features some awesome elements like the chrome face mask and the reflective numbers. The away is all white without any silver, and it's not as bold as the home. The home alternate uses a silver helmet and pants with the blue top, and the away alternate uses the blue helmet and pants with the white top. To cap these off, we also have a all silver or gray uniform, which would probably be an alternate away as it's a lighter gray and could replace a white uniform. The first alternate we have is the Blackbird uniform. Like a lot of people, I think the SR-71 Blackbird is such a cool plane, and I thought a uniform inspired by it would be so neat. So we have this blacked out uniform with red accents. The striping mimics the red markings featured on the SR-71, and this is a super sleek uniform with that like dark aspect to it that I think is really cool. The patches on the shoulder are in reference to the first groups that got to fly the Blackbird, although I'm not very military smart, so that shit could be totally wrong, but just like, hopefully the idea is what counts, right? Then we have the Thunderbird uniforms inspired by the Air Force Thunderbirds, which is like the Air Force's Blue Angels if you don't know. These jets feature a black Thunderbird on the bottom, which I put on the helmet, and I used the navy white and red striping that is used on the tips of the wings and nose to basically act as the striping in the uniform. Finally, we have my personal favorite jersey in this episode, which is the remake of the Air Force uniform based on the A-10 Warthog. This helmet from the uniform is so good on its own that I had to remake it, and I went for a more reflective finish on it just to be different from what they originally had. And I based the rest of the uniform on the Raiders, since their simple black and silver is as good as it gets. The overall complete look is so nice, and I won't ever get over how awesome this helmet is. And if you don't like this uniform, like, We're on totally different wavelengths when it comes to cool uniforms because this helmet design is perfect for a football helmet and it's gorgeous. Finally, to finish off, we have LSU. The Tigers are one of those teams that have a great uniform that I didn't want to change too much. So the home, away, and alternate are all basically what they have now. However, I added a tiger striping to the stripes, but I made it subtle enough not to be noticeable and just one of those cool little details that you would see up close. The main combos would be the home and away, obviously, but we also have the all white and the home alternate with the white helmet and pants, all of which I think are great looks. For the alternate uniform, I decided to go all purple with a different helmet logo. Basically that little tiger emblem, just bigger without the LSU marking. And I made the tiger stripes stand out more on the striping. We also have the same style alternate but with a yellow top and an away version with the white top. So that caps off all the alternates for LSU. A lot of simplicity, but also I like the added tiger stripes just to be something a little more outlandish for them and a little more unique and different. And that's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like on the video and subscribe to my channel for more. Be sure to check out the first 3 episodes of this series and check out the other videos on my channel. You can also follow me on Twitter @Quezzy and my Instagram @Quezzy for more jersey design stuff and general design stuff. I'm hoping to get into the rhythm of making some more soccer videos on all the soccer jerseys that I design and post on Instagram and Twitter because I have a lot of them and I don't make any videos on them, so I gotta be doing that soon. But stay tuned for that. Let me know what other redesigns or jersey stuff you'd like to see me do. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.